Okay, I don't even know which. Pick a hand.
Which one?
This one.
Huh? Can I try again? Hi.
Which one are we going to spend Christmas at?
I wanted the...
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
So it's that time of year again. It's almost Christmas. And it's only October. Here in America, we still got Halloween, we still got Thanksgiving. Then it's the mad rush to Christmas. If you didn't already know, the Philippines is already in gear for the holidays. Lights have been up and music has been playing for weeks now. For those of you that don't know, my name's Jay. My first Christmas together with my now wife and my daughter was in 2019. IT Park in Cebu City, and from then on, each year had its own surprises. Yes, it's that time of the year in the Philippines where the lights are already up, music's playing. It's just a vibe you're going to notice more than anything. Just a feeling that it's a little bit more peaceful. I can tell you from being in Manila, Cebu City, and even Dumaguete, there is a feeling that when you're there, that it's just a little bit happier. I've never been in a spot anywhere in the Philippines where I felt uncomfortable. It was a bad time, especially not during the holidays. During the holidays, I noticed personally that it was a lot more of a feeling of what time of the year it really was. Here in America, I don't do a lot of shopping. It's Halloween, it's still not holidays yet, it's not Christmas, then it's Thanksgiving. You know, it's almost December before we really kick off the holiday season here. In the Philippines, there is no Halloween like it is here in America. There is no Thanksgiving like it is here in America. It's holiday season from September to New Year's, and even past New Year's for some people. It's like it's warm, but it's also really cold right now. It's both.
Because you're not thick enough.
No, because I'm taller than you. The wind up here is much different than the wind down there.
You don't have your hat.
I know. I can show you if I like, by just showing you my phone right now. If you find yourself at the mall during the holidays, music is playing, Christmas lights are going off everywhere. Imagine yourself where you would be back home. Would you even be at the mall on a Friday night hanging out with your family? Would you feel comfortable being at a mall with your family in America? I'm comfortable at a mall in the Philippines with my family, even if it's busy. The Philippines, you feel safe. You're welcomed. People would look after you in the Philippines, especially at the malls. There's something really enjoyable about being able to go to something really crowded with your family and not having any worries, any stress. There is not a chance in the world I would take my family out to a mall on a Friday night and hang out and think that was going to be enjoyable. You know, being married to a Filipina and having a mixed child, it's not always that easy. Sure, you can make videos and always paint a pretty picture, but the reality is you have families on two different sides of the planet. Literally, the opposite side of the planet. We are not close to one another. Holidays are a very special time of the year, and I've got little grandchildren here in the States. Being away from them for the second holidays in a row is not an easy decision. All right, come here. Hang on. Hang on, spider web. You gotta make sure there's no spiders on you. See, here's a spider web. It's probably an old one.
Yeah, there's too many.
There we go. In fact, it's one I have to deal with months in advance. I start thinking about it way ahead of time. Each time so far, I've thought there's no way I could do this. And then I have to start thinking about, and what would that look like for my daughter if I don't make these trips during the one time of the year where she can spend with each of her family members. If we go in the summer, the family's not going to be together. The family
is spread out. They have jobs, they have things to do. But during the holidays, they can all come together and spend some time together, which leaves me with a little window that I can make this whole trip happen.
The caretaker is kuan at the proper town.
Come on. Oh, Dad, are you okay?
Yeah, I got a hat on it.
Okay, good.
What happened to you? What happened, Dad?
To get to go to the Philippines for the holidays again this year, if nothing crazy happens in the next couple months, you know, you already knew what you expected from last year. You get to do it all over again, or you can improve upon it. That's what taking multiple trips are for. That's what your recon is for, especially during the holidays. I'm going to go to the Philippines. I won't have to spend nearly as much money as I did last year, but we'll probably spend the same amount because we'll be doing different things. We got some more plans this year than we did last year. But holidays, there's not as much money being spent in the Philippines as I would here in America, although I have to buy some gifts and everything before we leave. Can't leave the grandkids and son without anything. But, you know, it's a tricky balance. The Philippines, though, it is home. You know, it's not an option for me not to go. When you have a baby and you have a wife in the Philippines, not taking them home to spend time with their family is not really an option. You know, I could just say we can't afford it. I could say, you know, it's not a good time. But that's their family. That's their home. My job is to make sure that they spend it over there as well.
What do an American family and a Filipino family have in common when it comes to Christmas?
Nothing like a quiet Christmas with everything perfectly in place.
Honey, we're right on schedule. Christmas dinner is in 2 hours and the presents are perfectly wrapped.
Where's the lechon? And someone get Tito off the karaoke machine.
We haven't even finished wrapping the gifts, and you're worried about food?
La 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 la.
Pop's time for bed. Everybody get the cookies and milk for Santa. Be ready.
Can we open presents now, Mom? No, sweetie. Not until we've taken photos of the tree from all angles.
Is the food ready?
La 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 la.
Grandma, let's dance again.
Good night, sweetie. Santa is coming tomorrow.
Good night.
I'm still cooking.
More than you might think, even though we celebrate it completely different ways. Well, in my family we do.
So again, if you find yourself in the Philippines this holiday season, you want to do something a little extra, maybe you're new to the Philippines and you don't really know how to do these things yet, wherever you're staying, wherever you're living for the time being, I promise you there's a couple kids local that you'll recognize. If you look, just keep your eyes open and you watch, you'll notice a couple kids in your area. You'll see their faces on a regular basis. There's how easy it is to help. Next time you're at the mall, grab an extra backpack, grab a couple pairs of sandals, a few shirts, toothbrush, toothpaste, just make a goodie bag. Probably cost you 20 to 50 bucks American money. Take it back with you. See the kids near the holidays? Boom, there you go. You just helped a kid immensely. Kids are everywhere in the Philippines. It's easy to help. You can always find them. I meet them every single day I'm out in the Philippines doing any type of exercise. I meet kids. Kids come to me. They walk up to me. They come talk to me. They interact with me. I don't have to do a thing. I just go out and do my exercising, play some music, listen to a song, catch my breath. Boom, kids come up to talk to me. And no, they're not always there for a handout. Some, but not always. In fact, I'd be willing to say less than half are always asking for something. Less than half ask for something. More come just to talk and interact. You can find kids that need things every single day.
Finally, peace and quiet.
La 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 la.
Welcome. That is Litson.
You know, if you're lucky enough to find yourself in the Philippines this holiday season, be sure to take it in. If you're not a vlogger, if you don't take a lot of video, you might want to start trying it a little bit. You know, you may never get this year back. You may never be able to experience it again. If you're starting your life in the Philippines and you know you're going to be one of those guys that's sticking with it and going to dig into the Philippine life, then congratulations, because it's hopefully a long road for a lot of us. You know, this road is just beginning for me. Even though I'm into it for about 6 years now, I feel like it's just beginning. No matter how much has gone on already, and a lot has gone on, I'm 51. In expat life, that's shit. In like dog years, that's nothing. We got a lot of time left to play in the Philippines. We got a lot of memories to make, a lot of people to meet. Man, there's so many options in the Philippines for foreigners. Right now, networking with a few people, coming up with ideas and strategies for the future that benefit all of us. You know, that's the fun part. Whether any of these things happen, it don't matter, man. Sometimes it's just fun to dream. It's fun to talk and interact with other people who have the same passion and dreams and goals as you. And more people need to have those types of conversations just to feel alive sometimes. You know, here at home, I know what I can do. I can always go to work, I can grind, I can put in the hours, and wake up next year and be a year older and just 1 year closer to the end of it all. The Philippines lets me expand on my thoughts. It lets me reimagine what it was like when I was in my 20s, when I knew I could do anything. I could build anything. I could outwork anybody. You know, the Philippines actually does a little bit of that for me now, even in my 50s. I go back to the Philippines, it's about my health. It's about getting in shape. It's about getting optimal shape. It's about how to live there comfortably like I do here in America. Where do we need to live? How can I get a house? How can I build a house economically without getting taken advantage of? You know, getting it with the right people, meeting the right attorneys, meeting the right real estate agents. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, meeting the right people. And every one of these little stages is important. You meet the right people, and you're going to have a really good Philippine experience. And sure, it ain't going to be perfect. You're going to meet some of the wrong people, but you got to let things go. A lot of guys get so hung up on the simplest and trivialest things. I understand if money is tight and you can't afford to let your deposit go because you need it back, and you may not get it back, and you're really struggling. I can see where that's really bothering somebody. But sometimes I see a lot of the people who get really upset over stuff that goes on in the Philippines, little minor things. Man, I watch it ruin their lives. I've watched it. I've watched it just, I mean, the hatred and the anger and just the feelings that this person is going through, it's ruining their lives. I've seen it happen to so many people, especially when it comes to small deposits, visa, immigration. Something went wrong in immigration, and it's just, I mean, it ruins their entire life. Something trivial, something very small. Now, I know it may not have been small to them, but it seemed small to me, but it was something that very easily could have been overcome. But for some people, man, it ruins the entire experience of the Philippines. Don't fall prey to this. Anybody who's paying any attention to the Philippines ahead of time knows when you go there, it might be a little noisy sometimes. There might be the neighbor issues. There might be some chicken noises. I mean, we all kind of heard the basics, and it's almost always the same stuff. It's never some really off-the-wall thing. It's really the same little circle of problems. That's why a lot of people tell you to rent. You can move. Don't buy here because you might be stuck by somewhere you don't want to be. I mean, there's pros and cons to every situation. You can just have bad luck sometimes too. But don't let the Philippines be ruined because of a bad decision, a bad location. You chose something you shouldn't have chosen. Try to find a way to make it fix. Anytime I do a decision in the Philippines, I'm always going to make sure, or I'm going to try to have an exit situation. If I bought a house, be prepared to sell it. Be prepared to let it go if it's something that ain't working out. You know, just something silly. I mean, I've seen people rent scooters and they get upset about, you know, the simplest things. They get on the message boards and they talk about all the problems. It's like, it ain't worth $20. It just is not worth being this upset when you're in the Philippines over small amounts of money.
Twinkle, twinkle, oh, the night.